Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live session with Aishwarya. And she has been doing sadhana since how many months now?
It's been 8 or 9 months, but
Mm.
I have been lagging for 2 or 3 months because I was
Okay.
repeating some specific months, so that's why.
Okay, got it. So you're in Krishna month, right now?
Mm.
Okay, so she's in Krishna month and she has crossed Muladhara Chakra, Swadhisthana Chakra, Manipura Chakra, and now she is in Anahata Chakra, Shiva Tattva, that is Krishna. So it has been seven deities up till now. And also, Aishwarya, can you mention the changes in your life that is from the Mooladhara deities, that is Uchishta Ganapati, and before Mooladhara, that is before you started sadhana path, how were you and how it was starting Uchishta Ganapati sadhana and how uh, it has been now, that is now you have reached Krishna. So what are the changes that you have faced throughout these months, and what do you feel about the deities, like how have they been uh, reacting to you?
Yeah, so before I joined Project Kali, I was already into sadhana. And I also mentioned that in my previous reel that the Devi was like, you have to practice Mahavidya sadhana. And I was like, no, no, I'm fine with the samadhi and stuff. So, but coincidentally, it was very random that I came through your video and instantly I joined it. I did not know it was Mahavidya sadhana. And after I joined, and when you started with the initiation, that is when I came to know it was related to Mahavidyas only. And so, like, I cannot say that I experienced huge changes because I have been already practicing sadhana for 20 something years.
Mm,
So, since very beginning, I was already extremely fearless and everything. But one thing that was a lot of hindrance for me was some karmic dreams and stuff. So, when I reached Kama Kala Kali month, that is when, from the day one of initiations, all my karmic dreams stopped. And if there was some days when I thought, maybe if I go to sleep, I might be dreaming of uh, something I don't want to see so I would just take a sankalpa and I would like call her so she would come for the protection for that specific day. And when it started to happen, I thought it's not okay to call deities through Sankalpa, you know. So I stopped it, but ever since then, everything has been really good. I was a little bit extremely compassionate
mm,
because of the anahat that I had already opened up and stuff. So I was so compassionate that I could not differentiate. I could not judge anybody. Like, I only practice true discernment. I
mm,
also teach though, but I practice true discernment. So even if somebody is a murderer or a rapist or anything, it, there will be a voice in my heart that'll be like, okay, this person is also capable of redemption. So, like, the person must be a given chance at redemption. Of course the person is wrong, and corrective measures should be taken, but redemption should be there. So when you initiated me into a heart chakra, I was practicing discernment already, but the compassion like grew even further. So now it's like everything. I love everything. There's nothing I can
mm,
dislike.
mm,
And about how the deities have been treating me, like like a parent only, I guess.
mm,
I generally do not wish or desire for anything at all in my waking life because I don't think I need anything. But there was once or twice, there were some problems that I was encountering, and during meditation, it like popped once in my head, this a specific thought that if this would be like this, it'll be easier for me to practice my daily sadhana. And it just manifests. If I'm thinking something, it'll manifest within few hours only. So
mm,
everything becomes extremely favorable for me.
mm,
If in case I desire, that desire will come true. Sometimes it'll come true in moments.
mm,
So that's how it has been. And the deities are extremely compassionate,
mm,
kind. So I haven't experienced the roasting part yet
mm,
with the UG or any other deity. So nobody has been harsh on me. And I'm also
mm,
very sincere with my sadhana, so I make sure.
mm. Give me 1 minute.
Please go to school. I'm not actually that young. I'm I'm actually 26. Somebody's like, go to school, yeah. Thank you so much for the compliment. I wish I look so young when I'm like 40 or something.
Oh, so you're 26, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, even I'm in the same age, 26. So
Yeah, I
1999
was
born, right?
young.
Yeah, the best part of 1999 people, that if we live for like 101 years, we will live in 3 centuries. That is 19th century, 20th century, 21st century. But for other people, they have to live more than 101 years. Yeah.
You're lucky in that regard. Earlier, I used to think, this these few days, I had been thinking for many months. I was thinking, maybe it's time for samadhi and stuff. So I remember it had been almost 20, 28, 30, over 30 days, and I hadn't eaten anything. I hadn't drank water, and because I was not thirsty or I was not hungry or anything. So I thought this is happening maybe because it's time for my samadhi now.
Mm,
But I did start eating something after that. Little by little, I did drop a lot of weight.
mm,
But then still, I don't know why. I just don't feel like eating anything, and I don't feel like drinking anything. It's like if I don't drink or eat for days, I wouldn't know.
mm.
So that
Yeah,
was
the it is said that when you do sadhana, when the Kundalini rises beyond the Muladhara chakra, so that origin point of Kundalini goes beyond the Muladhara. So when the Muladhara is no more functioning, that time the automatically the taste for food reduces, and when the taste for food reduces, automatically the hunger, everything reduces, and we focus on the higher desires.
yeah. Yeah,
Mm,
that's what I was thinking. And when I started my page, at the moment I did not want to. I was like, I don't want to go public with my sadhana or anything. So I was like, I don't want to start the page. And at the moment, I was, I think I was doing Mahavidya Kamala sadhana.
oh,
So, but the vision I saw was Devi Kamakalakali.
mm,
So she was like, okay, you start the page and I'll do everything for you. And I'm like,
mm,
no, 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 no. I don't want to go public at all about
mm,
anything, about sadhana or anything. So, no, you have to. And I was like, no, I don't want to do this.
mm,
She's like, I'll take care of everything. I said, if you are going to take care of anything, I'm not going to lift a finger.
mm,
And it is a huge blank how I started with my page. It is a huge blank. I don't even remember shooting anything because like this is my dad's phone, so my phone is like broken and stuff, and I still shot with that and still got some recognition. And
mm.
then I told you about that incidents that happened through that only, I guess.
Oh, so what is your page name? Can you? Many are asking.
Okay, it is Sadhana Path with Gargi. It's a huge name. I don't know if I can type here, but I'll type it in the comments later.
Okay, so it
It's
is
called Sadhana Path.
www.sadhana
No,
with.
like it's an Instagram page.
Oh, okay, sadhana with Gargi.
Sadhana Path with Gargi.
Sadhana pad with Gar. What is Gargi?
That's my name. Actually, when I was
Mm,
in Patanjali, and Acharya ji had given me this name. He went like, you have the kind of knowledge, and girls don't have that knowledge in this age, so I'll keep your name Gargi. And from then
mm,
on, a lot of people started calling me Gargi, so I thought I should use that name somewhere or the other.
mm. Okay. So she will be commenting in the YouTube live later. You guys can check it out. And so also, what is that in your forehead, and like what is that symbol represent?
No, no, this is just for representation for third eye only. But I like to do
Mm,
face art in my general life. Even during my initiation, you saw that.
mm,
And I was a little low, so I was like, how do I start with the life today? I've already committed to it. I was
mm,
like, I'll do some face art because it'll give me character,
mm.
and I'll have a little bit of confidence.
Yeah, it looks like the Shiva's that
Yeah.
yeah.
It does represent that because I don't use paint. This is kumkum and chandan only.
Mm,
And these are actually some focal points where you apply tika, here,
yeah.
behind the knee. So I apply tika I generally, when I don't have anything, chandan
Mm,
or anything, I just apply Ganga Jal.
mm,
Just, it's not a habit, it's not a ritual, it is just what I like to do. It's my reflex. So
mm.
it was a random reflex that came up, so I just go through with it.
Got it. Then also I would like to know like what is your relation with deities? Like you talk about deities as if they are your own friends. Like so we would like to know like what is your relation with them when compared to a human? That is, in the human world you have um, you interact with humans, but in the deity world, like how do you interact with them? What do you feel about yourself when compared to the deities? What is the difference between you and a deity?
After so many years of sadhana, and my Kriya Diksha Guru is, uh, from Shankaracharya Advait Vedanta. So by default, even with, I haven't heard any lectures or anything, but by default, the setting is Advaita. So I
Mm,
never feel like the deity is something else. I always know that, the deity is me. But as of now, I have to make, a differentiation because I'm into sadhana, and so I will operate in duality. So when I talk to them, I do hold them in utmost regard, and then I just talk to them generally. There is no relationship as such that I, refer them to. If I have to talk to a deity, I do talk to them, but like I have this awareness that there is no difference. At any moment, I can be them, and at any moment, they could be me. And there is no relationship as such. But in general, what I also teach other people is that when you start with any kind of sadhana, you always start with duality. So, for the purpose of this sadhana, I am following your lead, and you introduce these within duality, these deities. You have to take yourself, and then you have to consider that the deity is the deity. So, that
mm,
is how I take them. But I am fully aware that, there's no difference.
mm. Okay, and which deity do you feel the most connected to out of all the you've been so far?
Kama Kalakali. She's like, she has not shown me her fierce face. I have got darshan of every deity. It's like
Mm,
I can see them at will. But if somebody does wrong with me, Kamakalakali is so fierce. She's like, no, no, no. Now the person is gone, and I'm like,
mm,
Devi, just put it on me because the
mm,
person, they're naive. They don't know what they're doing. But I'm aware. So like, just
mm,
just have some blessing, have some kripa towards me, and
mm.
you know. But
Okay, then.
I feel most attached to her because she has shown me most compassion,
Mm,
in a very practical manner, and in a very
mm,
obvious manner. And she does come up herself from time to time to just show that I'm right here. If you want to see me physically, I'm right here. If you want to see me astrally, I'm right here. So don't you think I'm gone anywhere. So that is the only deity I feel most attached to. And after that, I did not think that I
mm,
will feel any kind of deeper attachment towards Panchamuki Hanuman, because Panchamuki Hanuman mantra was so long, and I
mm,
thought, this mantra needs to go by. But still, I had taken a sankalpa for 40 days. So I was
mm,
like, for 40 days, I'll stick to it.
mm,
But as the days went by, last 20 days, I was like a little monkey with the huge monkey. I was like, and by the end of that month, I was like, how do I leave now Panchmukhi Hanuman? Because I have grown a lot of attachment towards this deity. And that was the first deity. I was a little emotional because I had to move on. So I did, uh, you know, delay moving on to Mahavidya Kamala because of that.
mm,
And he is so great. A lot of times when I was practicing, uh, I don't know if you call it remote viewing or the Divya Drishti, whatever. So I did not practice it for the purpose of doing something. I was just practicing it because one specific friend of mine needed help, and I did not know if I could do that. And then I came to know I could do that. So before that, I would do one part from Ramcharitmanas that was by Shri Ram.
mm,
And every time I would get the Shri Ram darshan, I
mm,
would always see Hanumanji holding his feet like Bhagwan iska kaam kar do.
mm,
I was like, this deity is too much dedicated to me, and as much as I'm attached to them, they're attached to me. So
mm.
like he was so sweet. He was so sweet.
Okay,
Still is.
so you have seen Hanuman, you have felt him, but can you tell what is the meaning of all his faces? Like, has he communicated why he has the five faces of that is two avatars only? He has sorry, he has three avatars, right? One is Narasimha, one is Varaha, Hayagriva, and one Garuda. One Garuda, and one is his own face he has. So,
What,
what is?
so
Huh?
sorry. So sorry to interrupt.
Sorry. Yeah, what does this? What does all these faces mean? Like, have you found out the deeper meaning of it?
Yeah, I hadn't asked him before, but then I guess on the 30th day you told me to ask him. So I asked him, and I like went into meditation for 10 5 minutes, and then I texted you back that it meant devotion, bhakti, gyan, protection, fierceness, like
Hmm,
that. So that it was the only time I asked him what it means, and I got the answer almost immediately because I hadn't read
hmm,
about Panchamuki Hanuman before this specific
hmm.
sadhana. I had
Okay.
seen pictures of him, but I didn't know much.
Okay. So Garuda represents what?
I don't remember, but I
Hmm,
remember the human face that was a representation of protection.
Human
And
face is
no, that like Garuda was, I think, from these negative entities and all. It
hmm,
would protect that I remember, and black magic and all that.
hmm.
Yeah.
And what about Varaha and Hayagriva?
I remember Hygrieve was for Gyan,
Yeah.
for knowledge, for divine knowledge, cosmic knowledge. I don't remember what he told me for Varaha.
Hmm.
Okay, but just remind me because I don't remember it right now.
And Narasimha?
Was like it for something for fierceness and fearlessness, to
Hmm.
invoke fearlessness within oneself.
Okay. What about Hanuman himself? What is his own face represent?
It was for deep devotion because
Devotion.
when I asked for it, uh, he projected that kind of devotion within me when I asked the moment. And it
mm,
was such deep and overwhelming devotion that I felt like this has to be it.
mm. Okay. Uh, so Kamakala Kali, you're telling that she's the one who has been protecting you. So that means that even the next month, that is after Krishna, that is Dakshina Kali month, I guess the connection will be very strong because that is also a form of Kali, and she might come again.
I think so. Kali has been there since the beginning of this sadhana. I
Mm,
was not an ardent devotee of the specific form because I definitely used to worship Ardhanarishwar, but like not the specific form,
mm,
basically Shiva. But when
mm,
I entered this sadhana, even since the beginning, since the first month, the Kali
mm,
energy started becoming very strong, and I couldn't understand all of a sudden why do I have this inclination towards Kali. And for a moment, I also thought, am I like losing bhakti towards Shiva, or is something wrong? Is this something wrong? But then I
mm,
thought, let's continue with the sadhana and see where it goes because it
mm.
has to mean something. Because
Okay.
I'm not the kind of person that would like deity hop.
Okay. And what do you feel the difference between Shiva and Krishna, like all the Vaishnava deities like Vishnu, Krishna, Hanuman, whereas when compared to the Shaiva family, that is of Shiva, Bhairava, Rudra. So what do you feel the difference is?
See, when I talk about the Shaiva tradition, I experienced there is more fierceness and there is a lot of stability with respect to emotions. Like there will be compassion, but there will be discernment. But with the Vaishnava deities, compassion is so huge that everything is encompassed within it.
Mm.
So, even if you're practicing discernment, you you just cannot stop being limitlessly compassionate. It is
Okay, so
overwhelming.
the difference is compassion. The amount of compassion is the difference.
Yeah.
And
Specifically the discernment.
so discernment. What does it mean? Like I'm a little bit poor in vocabulary. Uh,
Discernment is you see what the things are truly. For example, discernment will arise when our first, second, third, fourth eye opens, which is Gyan
mm,
Chakshu. So discernment arises then when your third eye opens, what you see is not completely true because it is still clouded because of impressions and our perceptions. But when discernment arises, you see things for what they truly are. So then you cannot answer. You're like, okay, this is also divine, this curtain is also divine, and there is no difference between the consciousness of this specific object, even the non-living things that we consider non-living, or myself. Somebody's writing chal jhoti.
mm,
I had never seen comments in my previous life. This is the first time I looked at the comments. And I'm like,
uh,
but it is very common because I'm not in the outfit, right? So it's very hard for people to take me seriously. And
mm,
I also did not decide to put on a specific traditional outfit for my page because I didn't want people to go like, "Arey, ye to
mm,
Instagram mein she acts like a baba and real life she's wearing jeans top and open hair." So I was like, if
mm,
there is somebody who needs this specific guidance, they'll know. And if there's somebody who does not, who the specific information is not for, just let it be. But
mm,
this is very ridiculous. Chakshu, somebody is asking Chakshu. Chakshu is eye, like third eye. Chakshu means eye. There are seven eyes. So the fourth eye is Jnana Chakshu. The fifth eye is Pragyat Pratibha Chakshu. Sixth eye is Turiya Chakshu. Seventh eye, I forgot because I'm so nervous on video call. uh, but there are seven eyes. And the levels of there are no levels of discernment, but the levels of what you can see in the real world, it changes. By the time you reach turiya chakshu, you can see the world is not actually there. There's nothing. That is when you can see. By the time you reach Sahasrara, that is when the seventh eye opens and you don't like, there's no need. But if you want to still guide people, you can be here because this is a collective consciousness. It's not a soul consciousness. So if the world does not exist for me, because I've seen the truth, it still does exist for the other conscious beings because those consciousness also arise from Shiva itself.
mm,
So they people can still experience life even when we are not. So you can like yourself, like you're here to guide people. You could have taken Mahasamadhi long ago, but you're still guiding people because you know the world is not there, but the other conscious beings, they need to see the world is not there as well, so that they can be calm and be at peace. So that is what chakshus are.
mm. Yeah. Uh, what's Chakshu? Yeah. So discernment means it's like clarity in the mind.
Yeah, it is like you see the world as it is.
Mm,
You cannot, it's not about differentiation. It's about, if there are deities, it is like a paramhans state when a person sees God in everything, because there
mm,
is God in everything, like
mm.
that.
Okay, got it. So there are many eyes, seven. So every chakra has eyes, right?
This dude.
Yeah. This needs to be removed by some moderators. By the way, thanks for the super chat. Oh, sorry. uh, see, there is. Yeah. So chakshu means eyes. So there is every chakra has its own eyes, and when one of the eyes opens, you realize that the world uh, itself doesn't exist. But you're saying that
Oh,
for
I told you about that
uh,
specific person, you remember, right? Yeah,
yeah.
I had like shut that person down completely. Right now he's again calling and
Mm,
texting me on WhatsApp. Call me. This
oh,
being such a huge spiritual influencer, the person has no dignity.
hmm. Uh, yeah, I guess it's safer to not involve him in the live because you told he has
Over a
millions of
million followers. So
followers.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Okay.
I thought like it's not appropriate to include the story here.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, so every chakshu is like an eye, and so one eye says that the world doesn't exist. So, but you are telling that the world still exists for the beings who are not yet evolved, right?
Mm.
So what is the answer then? Like, is it really there, or like, for example, if
No,
you
it's
want to
not
reach the
there. It's
uh,
not there. But as long as we're operating within duality, just give me one moment.
mm,
So as long as we are operating within duality, it'll exist for us because this is all Maya, no. So when your Turiya Chakshu will open up, you step outside of the circle of Maya.
mm,
But until then, the Maya is still there. Even if the world is not there, the illusion of the world for people who are not yet evolved, it will be there. Y-
mm,
See, once the Turiya Chakshu opens, and
mm,
you must have heard about, some old time saints, like they'll hold something and they'll turn it into something else. So once you know it does not exist, you know that this is not real. If it is not real, this can turn into a pigeon if I want to, because I know this is not real, and I'm creating this with my imagination. And if I'm manifesting this object with my imagination, I can manifest it to be anything. But if I'm not at that stage of awakening, I'm not at the stage where I'm aware. Knowing is a different thing, and having experienced it is a different thing altogether.
Mm,
Like knowing there is God, and people have seen God and experienced God. So I believe there is God. It is a completely different experience. And then having seen God is a completely different experience. So similarly, when you reach that stage, it is not actually there. So you
mm,
can do anything. And that is why, like Ramakrishna Paramhans and other saints that have performed miracles, like they cured somebody, and like Sadhguru Sri Brahma, he brought a lot of people uh, back to life. So it can all happen because it's not really there. People are not actually dying. So if I'm manifesting their deaths, or a collective consciousness sees that a person's demise, it's not real. But for a person who knows it's not real, it's very easy for to awaken them up or to put them back to sleep. So
mm.
it's like that.
Like how Krishna, during the Mahabharat, he stopped time and he explained
Mm.
all everything to
Yeah.
Arjuna. It's not possible for a normal human, but since
Yeah.
Krishna's chakshu or whatever chakras were open,
I
because
was
of that.
born with this 16 units of life. In English, we call it 16 units of life. In Hindi, we call it kala. So our guru used to tell us, so Gurudev used to tell us that like he was born with 16 units of life. So if like being a human, the most I can raise my units of life being a saintly person, like some sadhu baba or something, it'll be 12 units of life. And
Mm,
if there is a normal human being, they'll be at 5 or 6 units of life, even if they're a good person. And when the person dies, the soul can acquire 7 units of life. So at 7 units of life, you can give people blessings, or there are some people that claim certain deities enter into their body. So it is basically these ancestral souls that enter their body and fulfill the wishes. So these souls, they since they have 7 units of life, they have certain access to fulfilling wishes. So
mm,
that's how they do it. So at 16 units of life, you are like complete.
mm,
At that stage, you are complete as God, as any form. It does not matter what form you take. He could be dressed as a cow, but still be performing those same miracles. We feel it as miracles, but he performs them because he knows it's not real. And since it's not real, anything can be done. If
mm,
I have a blank paper, I can write anything on it. I can erase and then write something else, because
mm,
nothing is real.
mm.
It's all temporary.
So Krishna was born with 16 units of life, and for him, all the miracles were just normal. How do you think he acquired those 16 units? Did he do sadhana in the previous lives, or it was like a divine intervention?
Since he was an incarnate, so he was born with 16 units of life. Like Sri
Okay.
Rama was born with 12 units of life, with 12 colors. So he was not as all powerful as Sri Krishna, because Sri Krishna was the complete incarnate,
Mm,
one and only complete incarnate. That's why he was born with these powers altogether.
mm,
That's why he was performing these miracles since his childhood
mm.
days and stuff.
So, according to you, what is the answer to reach the ultimate, the truth? Is it surrendering to someone who has
Yeah.
achieved 16 units, or is it self like? uh, Is it like putting your own self effort and achieving those 16 units, or is it surrendering to a 16 unit person like Krishna?
It is surrendering to anybody,
Mm,
even if a human, there's a person, a significant other, you have fallen in love or something, You surrender to the, even I have a cat, even if I surrender to the
mm,
cat, no, she will think I am god and I will become god at because for her she's like, I'm the provider of
mm,
everything and I'm the protector of everything in her life.
mm,
So, and people, I was talking about this word surrender with my friend today. So she's my best friend, she's also a sadhak, but she's a sadhak from Isha. And I was like, people take this word surrender, they are like, this is such a lightweight word, and tell us something heavy. Tell us something that'll take like 1 hour, 2 hours, 6 hours, like something hard you give us. But the hardest thing to do is surrender. Like you completely surrender and don't question whatever happens. You're like, I know this is supposed to happen. I know this is supposed to happen like this. So, like,
mm,
no hard feelings. And this is the hardest
mm.
thing to do. And this is the, even if you surrender for 5 minutes, a person will achieve divinity within 5 minutes, but it's the hardest thing to do.
Okay,
So you
so
surrender to anything, anybody.
okay, so surrendering is the answer. So, what do you think about Raja Yoga? Like, the Rishi Munis, like the Saptarishis used to do so much sadhana that they themselves got the 16 units instead of surrendering to someone else like Krishna or Vishnu or Shiva. They themselves did
Yeah.
sadhana and they got those 16 units. What do you think about this path of Raja Yoga?
No, that is the best and easiest path of Raj Yoga, but that is not widely appreciated. Because
Mm,
for that you have to know, first you have
mm,
to believe it that you are the divinity, and then you have to build yourself in the shadow of that divinity. Like I told you that I don't have any specific relationship with the deities because I know I am the deity. So
mm,
that is how my spiritual or religious education was when I was a kid.
mm,
But later with sadhana, I realized I am that. That is how I started to, follow you and started with, because you were talking about the same thing as I had felt and experienced all my childhood. And I used to think, like, why are all these stotras and whatever I'm reading? I feel this is about me. This is talking about me, not from a egoistic point of view, but like uh, from a weird sense of divinity. And then
mm,
I realized, for me, there are 114 ways, but for me, the path is Atma Gyan. So I have to like believe in myself.
mm,
And I know that I'm the divinity. So I'm going to invest in myself.
mm,
It doesn't mean I'm not going to respect the deities that are present, or I'm not going to respect any rituals, but I'm going to do what calls for me the best.
mm,
So that path for me was the best path. And if somebody asks me how I should move forward, this is what I generally suggest. Like you sit in meditation, just focus on yourself, because attaining any 16 units of life or attainment of God or of attainment of divinity, it has nothing to do with how much hard work you're doing. As long as your surrender is true, not true according to your parameters, in general. So if your surrender is true, it does not matter if you wake up at 4, it does not matter if you wake up at 10. Divinity is only, and when you sit in meditation and enter samadhi, that is when the true rest begins. It is just that to enter that true rest, we have to put in a little bit of effort to, train our mind, because a lot of impressions are there. Somebody from the sadhana group had itself asked me about this midbrain activation that the kids are going through these days. They close their eyes and then they see everything, the colors and alphabets. So, and I told that person that, this is easy for kids because they don't have as much impressions as ourselves. So, if they'll do a workshop for a week or 15 days or a month, they'll be able to see much better. But for ourselves, for people, like if he's in 30s or 20s, whatever he's, you have accumulated so many impressions, experiences, relationships in life, that to clear out the karma, you have to, just rub it off. And that is the main work you're doing right now. But to actually attain divinity, that part is the, you know the simplest, because you have to
mm,
sit in deep relaxation, and the moment you sit in relaxation, you become divine.
mm.
It sounds like something else, but it means
Mm.
something else. I don't know if people are getting it, but I hope you are getting what I'm trying to convey.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
totally
noticing,
understood.
I
Mm,
cannot decipher for other people because
mm.
it is easily misinterpreted and they'll
Okay.
practice something wrong.
Mm. So, like, I want to give you three scenarios, like, of three people. Let's say one person is like very intelligent. That is, he has the intelligence of like Einstein. He questions the reality. He talks about consciousness. He knows almost everything about the consciousness, everything. So that is, one person is highly intelligent and he knows everything about the universe and everything. And the second person is a addict. That is, he's addicted to so many things, like, he's addicted to alcohol, drugs, maybe porn, and so many things. So second person is an addict, and third person is a person who is not intelligent. That is, he is very uh, foolish. Like, he easily gets distracted by, let's say, butterflies, and like he goes behind butterflies and all. So, uh, among these three people, one is that intelligent one is the addict, and another is the highly distractible guy, a foolish person, let's say that. So, out of these three people, uh, like, how would you advise these three people? Like, which path would you advise these three people? First is the intelligent guy for
For,
reaching the divinity. Yeah.
for the intelligent guy, I will always suggest surrender and increase in devotion, because the more you study, there is a specific spiritual ego that develops, and it is way worse than regular ego. That is
Mm,
the hardest to get rid of, and it can only get rid of through devotion. Like, as you have to increase devotion and decrease the perimeter of the jnana bhav. You have to go, I know nothing, I know nothing, I am nothing, I'm not this body, I'm not this soul, everything I know is wrong,
mm,
everything I know does exist, but something opposite to this is also true.
mm,
Or, for example, if I'm saying uh, that you have eaten non-vegetarian food and your hands are dirty, and then you're touching the linga, it is
mm,
not good because you are impure or your hands are impure. I agree that in some specific form of practice that is true, but in another form of practice it's not true. But the
mm,
other person is not ready to believe it. A
mm,
jnani will, only gyan margi will never be ready to accept something
mm,
which overrides their belief.
mm,
So, my suggestion to them would always be practicing surrender, which is the hardest for them, but they can achieve it through devotion. And devotion can only be increased through Nam Jap, not
mm,
through Mantra Jap. So,
mm,
Mantra Jap increases power, Siddhi, creation around a person, but Nam Jap increases devotion. So,
mm,
the short and shortest way for like Bhagavad Darshan, maybe not
mm,
Bhagavad Bhakti, but Bhagavad Darshan. That would be Nam Jap. And through that, a person can dissolve ego the fastest through Nam Jap.
mm. What about the addict? Like, who is addicted to so many things?
A person who is an addict, for him, I will, suggest Kriya Yoga. By practicing Kriya Yoga within a short span of time, number one, it has a lot of steps. So a lot
Mm,
of time is going to consume by it, and by the time he will want to do something lustful or some drugs or something, he wouldn't have the energy to do anything else. Like,
mm,
he would have raised his spiritual energy, but then the interest doesn't arise in anything else. They're like, okay, leave it be, I'll do it later. And by the time 20-30 days have passed in the kriya or hatha yoga or something, because it takes many hours, the person has generally, in my experience, and I have met with other people in the sadhana group, so like a lot of times these addictions, they are dissolved and they don't even remember that they were, ever addicted to specific activities and why. So the best path for them is Kriya Yoga.
And finally, for a foolish person, that is, who gets distracted easily by small things, ADHD. Yeah.
But I
Mm,
am somebody with ADHD and autism, acute ADHD.
mm,
So for me also, Kriya Yoga was the best, meditation was the best. But since the person is already foolish, which means the ego is not as high as any other person, so it is the easiest for this guy to achieve divinity, the easiest for this guy. So you can give this person any Kriya in the world, or any Naam Jap, or anything, even just 108 chants, he'll be set straight.
mm.
So it is the
Oh,
easiest for this third guy.
yeah. Okay. Very beautifully answered. And thank you, Aishwarya, for all these answers. Your insights on spirituality and deities means a lot. Like we have learned so many things from you. Thanks for joining this live, and also many people are asking for your Insta page where you share your gyan, so you can share it anytime. And thanks everyone for joining this YouTube live at every Thursday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. And all the best for all of your sadhana. Thanks for joining, Aishwarya, and have a great night. Jai Mahakal.
Jai Maka.